everybody, it's Andrea Mercy, aka Anlum, and welcome to my studio. Today is the second project for the Creative Arts Collaboration February Virtual Art Crawl, and this month's hashtag is Love Spring Art. Yesterday, I made a video on some spring themed wrapping paper. You can see that video right there. And after I had done it, I thought it would have been nice if I'd had some elements that I could have Mod Podged into it. And I got this idea that today we would come and we would make some appliques that I would be able to use in a future wrapping paper project. I've never made appliques. I have no idea what I'm doing it. Again, I'm winging it, but we're going to wing it together. So, I hope you enjoy this video. I'll catch you on the other side. So I don't know how well you see this. This one here had the Mod Podge, and when I Mod Podged over it, it smeared and took all the color off. When I Mod Podged over this one for the first time to protect the color, it was fine because the color had actually soaked into the paper. The smearing that's here is actually from up here when I went like this. So what I learned was Mod Podge after all the coloring has been done, and it will keep the vibrant color and it won't smear the ink. Which is why I did the test strip, because I wanted to know before I started doing this. So I'm just going to use these crazy art markers that I got at the dollar store or at Walmart. These are just kids student grade markers. You could use artist grade markers like Copic or Touch to color these in. You could use pencil crayons. You could use acrylic paints. I wouldn't use oil pastels. I would be careful with and do a test strip with chalk pastels. But other than that, you should be able to color it in with whatever you want. And then we're going to protect it and cut them out. The purple is bleeding. I'm going to let it sit for a while longer to dry. Alright, so as you can see here, not only did it smear, it took up all of the yellow, and it's not staying. So it could be the markers. Actually, let's do a test. Let's do a test. I didn't use my Copic markers because I didn't have any really bright colors. So let's do a test. Maybe it's the markers. I don't have a lot of, I think I have 5 Copic markers, and I might have one that was a fluorescent yellow. That's why I didn't use these ones. So let's just give that a shot of heat. All right, let's see if these smear. If these smear, it's the Mod Podge. And these are not smearing. So it's the, and I'm even rubbing really hard. Yeah, no. Okay, so it's the markers. It's the kids' markers. So, how are we going to fix this? Because obviously I don't want to redo the project. So here's a tip. We have to protect this before we Mod Podge it to protect it. I know, it's very weird. So, there are products on the market called workable fixative. There's a workable fixative, and then there's a final fixative, and basically what they're supposed to be used for. And I used this when I was using charcoal in school. So you'd spray this on, and it would prevent it from smearing. And a workable one, then you'd be able to continue working on top of it. Whereas a final one, once you put it down like a final finish, you can't really do anything on top of it. So I have never bought the final fixative. I've only ever purchased the workable fixative. However, not everybody has this, and not everybody needs it. Hairspray. Very light coat. And you don't have to worry too much about spraying it indoors, because we spray it indoors all the time. We'll just give that a shot of heat. Not too close, it's flammable. You want to make sure that you're not setting fire to it. So, the hairspray made the ink bleed a little bit. That was this archival ink from Ranger. Just so you know, if I had used the workable fixative, that the bleeding wouldn't have happened, because I've used the workable fixative a ton of times before. I actually was expecting this little bit of lightning here from the hairspray because of the kids' markers, but I was not expecting it from the archival ink, just so that you know. If you use a good Copic marker, you don't have to worry about the Mod Podge smearing it, which means you don't have to worry about using a fixative, and you don't have to worry about using hairspray that's going to bleed the ink. So the lesson here is use good artist quality markers. Then you'll be able to Mod Podge, and you won't have any of these issues. Don't use the kid markers. There, that's the lesson that we've learned. But now that this hairspray has dried, I'm not too worried about the bleeding here, only because A, something I dreamed up in the middle of the night, and it's not for a specific project yet, and 2, I'm going to be cutting these out, so the bleeding won't be an issue. All right, now that it is fixed, now I should be able to put on my Mod Podge, and it's not smearing. Yay! All right, these are dry, so 2 coats on the top, 2 coats on the back. Now you get to watch me cut them out. And fast forward. There we go, butterfly appliques. Now I cut off the head and the antenna because I knew I was not going to be able to fussy cut that. So what happens is when I put these down, I can just draw it in later. So there we go, appliques, Mod Podged on both sides to go into my next craft project, which will be tomorrow. We're going to use these tomorrow in our next Love Spring Art video project. So I will see you tomorrow. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe right here so you can follow me on my artful journey. I have links down in the dibbly-doo to my social media website and Etsy store, as well as the official playlist for all of the hashtag Love Spring Art videos that are being released over the next 5 days with my colleagues from the Creative Arts Collaboration. Please go and give their videos a view and some likes and subscribe, some love. I'll see you soon. Bye.